Today I had to bring Andy back because my inbox has got loads of stuff about this LinkedIn ping going on. And I read a few things. I went, hey, that's new. That looks like it could be useful for people who do not want to record videos that I do, which are much more powerful, I'm sure, than LinkedIn every time. But if you don't want to do videos, Andy is the person who I would definitely recommend if you want to get leads in right now. We always just joke about each other. Okay, no, the point is though, Andy, this is actually really serious right now. People are actually finding it very difficult to bring in clients and get in calls. And I noticed this LinkedIn pin actually gave me, I got tingles when I read what it is you got going on. So please can you explain to my audience, and please can you also let people know how they can get hold of you so they don't keep coming to me to ask how to get hold of you. Because I don't know.
Cool.
I was going, go to LinkedIn. Okay. So over to you, young man. Tell us all
Cool.
about LinkedIn pin. Why are you
Thank
doing
you.
it?
Okay. And people do need video, and this is in addition and parallel. So this is about LinkedIn. So we won't tell the story that we told earlier. I have a business partner who's a creative and a developer, and he's just incredible. And so he's built our software for our LinkedIn outreach. He's built the portals for the post party club to get you thousands of views of your posts. And he said, I've developed this thing. And I went, oh, not another shiny penny. I need to be focused on my business. And I looked at it and he said, I've called it linked ping. I said, what does that mean? What is it? So most people, a lot of people listening, I'm sure you've done this. You've been on LinkedIn, you've been either engaging with someone in a profile, or you've seen a profile and you might have a conversation or a message with them. And you go, I need to put their details in my CRM system. Or if I'm not using a CRM system, which you should be, then at least I've got a spreadsheet of perhaps leads of LinkedIn contacts that I've been talking with or communicating with. And so I've got to go and click on the contact information. I've got to copy their contact information. I've got to go into my CRM system and create a record and paste it into there, or at the very least paste it into my Google spreadsheet, which you shouldn't be using. And he said, what this is this is a Chrome plugin. You install it easily, and on your profile, and when you look at other people's profiles, to the right of the open to and view my services, underneath your headline is a gold button with the white words ping in, and you set it up and you just create a simple webhook. The instructions are very easy, to pretty much any CRM system that you are using, and or Google Sheets. We've made it available for that, and then you just press ping. And what it does is it automatically pulls in the information from that profile into your CRM system. Ping, and you see some confetti, which is beautiful, which saves me hours a month. And more importantly, I just love things. I go, that's easy. That's quick and easy. I haven't got to stop what I'm doing and fannying around and try and do it. So what we've done is just launched it this week. And we've got it as a lifetime access at 75 quid. At 75 quid. What we will be doing over the next few weeks. So I've gone out to my network, I've gone out to my database, I've gone out to my connections, and I've gone here, because in a couple of weeks' time we'll make it a monthly subscription, because it's because that's what we can do, and it's so powerful. And the other great thing is you should be. I remember working with a property investor who said, you're all over LinkedIn. You're building on rented land, because he was into real estate and property. And I went, I think I know what you mean. Yeah, you've got 27,000 connections on LinkedIn, but it's LinkedIn's database. It's LinkedIn's data. And yes, I run webinars. People that register for my webinars, I pull them into my CRM system. You want to be building your own CRM system as part of your business. Your database is your most valuable asset. So now I've got these contacts off LinkedIn. Well, they're still on LinkedIn, but I've got them into my CRM database, and I can be communicating with them. A tip, my first email is, hey, I'm emailing you because we're connected on LinkedIn. And what I've done is brought your details in, because I've got a lot of my connections who are interested in receiving information from me about how you can do this, or the events I've got, or whatever I've got. I trust that's okay. So don't just ping them in and then start emailing them. And it's not about pinging in all your connections. It's the ones you want to be nurturing and communicating with. So that's it. In essence, it's beautiful and it's exciting. How can you contact me? I will give you, Tina, the link that's gone out in my emails, because it's an interesting link. You just click on it and you can buy, because I obviously can't take hundreds of phone calls
No,
around.
I
What
know
else
you
does
can't. You're
Ping
busy
do?
like me.
I've also got a little video that just shows it, which I'll give you, and you can push out with this, so people seeing this have got the link to go and buy it, and the link to watch the little video of what I've just explained, so you can actually see me
I
pinging,
will add this to the post that
contacting.
I'm going to put with this. Okay. Now, the
Thank
other
you.
thing I've got, and then
What I
this
was
is,
going to just finish saying is, over and above that, if anyone wants help with LinkedIn generally and more consistently, then message me on LinkedIn is the easiest way, isn't it? There is only
Yes,
one Andy
sometimes.
Gwynn that looks like this
No,
on there.
that's true. Okay, now I have got a question. I'm not sure if you can do this. Are you able to screen share to actually show people this little ping button?
Yeah, of course I
Because that'd
can.
be really
Why didn't I
cool.
think of that at the beginning?
I don't know,
Um,
because I didn't say either. We were playing Monty Python pinging
We
stuff
were,
and
we were. Have we got time to
that
go
was
through that
next.
story or not? Maybe we do it in a separate, maybe you can splice this video. Shall I tell that story? Because it's cool.
Yes, go for it while
Right.
you go
So
find your
just
screen
just
share,
before
guys.
you do, right? Just before we do, here's the screenshot. I don't, it's obviously I don't want my profile. But if I use these guys are already in my connections, but if I go well, they're not necessarily in my database. So this is a connection of mine, Devin. So you got a connection, and then you'll see
Can you get
that
it full screen so that
there's the
it's
ping
bigger when
button.
I
So again, have you got
can you
it?
make it full screen, my lovely? Can you make it full screen on your thing just so it's easy for you? Because people are always on phones these days, you know that. Just
What,
go wide.
like that.
The fella.
There you go.
That's
So there's the ping button, which you've installed. The instructions are very simple and easy. It took me a couple of minutes, and I'm not a techie. You click ping because I want to bring that contact. There it goes. It's working, look. And then you can see I've set it up. My CRM is 𝐺HL-𝑔O-𝑖Level. You set up a webhook, but it can be any CRM you're using. Or we've also got it there for a Google Sheets. You could have that. All I do is go collect all. I go send data. And then bing, there's the confetti to say it's now pinged. It's gone to the webhook, from the webhook into my CRM system. And of course, I can tag set up my CRM system that would automatically send a welcome mail. It could then send a sequence of messages, couldn't it, to my next event? Whatever you're doing in your CRM database system, you could automatically have that sequence of engagement. It could send out a welcome email. I could send out a follow-up email in a month's time, couldn't I? Whatever you do on your CRM system.
yeah.
How cool and simple is that? Do you want the quick story about ping?
I do, but I just want to, before we go into that, because I do want to hear that again, because I love it. But I'm not sure if everybody actually understands about follow-up and nurture right now. And I'm not sure if everyone's using it in a way that's actually, let's say, oh, what's the word? Effective. The effective is the word I was looking for. And I always think if you're not getting in enough calls right now, there are things that are out there that you can actually do. Not things to go buy, guys. Just systems and sequences that you can actually plug into your systems. And if you, I mean, I know that I use GHL too. That's something we're both on then, that and learning Spanish. But you can set up these incredible sequences. You can actually get yourself to tell yourself to call people as well, texting people if you got the number, if you manage to know how to get their number as well, and email. And you might feel that, especially because we're from the UK, that you're going to actually annoy people. Yeah, you're going to annoy a few, but guess what? Those people who need what you've got, they're generally busy, and that's why they need a solution. And right now, people are being bombarded by information, and not it, they're looking for something that they need amongst all that spaghetti that people are throwing out there, I'm going to say. And if you are the one that keeps showing up, they're going to know that you know what you're doing because you keep showing up. And they will be looking for clients too, because that's what business owners do. We're looking for clients. Everyone's got the same problem. And if they can see that you know how to catch their attention, guess what they're going to think? You know how to capture attention. So they're much more likely to respond to you. If you're annoying them, yeah, you might annoy them for the first few bits, but guess what? After about the fifth or sixth, if you've got a really compelling headline and stuff, they're going to go, they know what they're doing. That speaks to me. So if you need any of that kind of thing, you can speak to either Andy or myself for either of those, because we've both got copywriters, because you are a copywriter, aren't you, Andy? And I use Daniel, because Daniel's amazing.
No,
I do copy, but not as good as Dan.
I use other people. Here's what I would add to that, Tina. Because you're pushing out videos that I've recorded because you've asked me to, and you're pushing them out through Facebook and Facebook ads, and I get people contact me because you're right, they're seeing that stuff. I don't do that. In answer to your question about setting up campaigns and sequences in 𝑔O-𝑖Level or your CRM, I don't do that. I have got someone starting to do stuff for me because my background has been direct sales. So, and what I mean by that is I'll connect with someone on LinkedIn. You might meet them at a networking event, you might connect with them in another way, but for me, 90% is for me, LinkedIn. And then I will message them and say, here's what I can do for you. Are you interested in talking? Because if they say yes, then we've got a call. And most people will sell on a call. You won't sell through the internet. So actually, I've spent decades of not having campaigns and sequences through my database. I'll push out emails to to a webinar, but I haven't got all these sophisticated campaigns. If you're looking for, there's two types of people, I think. One who really need leads, and you said you don't have to pay for stuff, so there might be a budget. Then you need to be connecting with people on LinkedIn and looking to get that call. You can pay
Yes.
me to leverage that, scale it up, and automate it. But then those of you that are got more successful businesses with marketing campaigns, then yeah, you do want to pay for people to put those campaigns into place. Like Tina is running the Facebook
Yes.
ads campaign
Yeah, we
through.
also do back end as well. So, if you need like emails and stuff, we've got we don't tend to do it so much, guys, because we actually know right now that video is much more effective right now because people want personal connection. Okay. Anybody can send out emails, guys. Unfortunately, we've got the AI. Not unfortunately, that can be a useful tool. But the point is, anybody can send out emails these days. And, I find that emails actually fill up my email inbox, and I don't even look in there anymore unless I know that I'm meeting with Andy and I know that he's going to send me an email or two. And that's why I sort the ping. Right, now let's go to Monty Python, guys, because I'm got boring. Sorry about
Tina
that.
said to me she was all over Monty Python when she was younger, and I said, "What about the meaning of life?" And she quoted something from the life of Brian. But just very
Oh, yeah, I
quickly,
got it wrong.
if you've
Oh,
watched,
yeah.
or if you've watched, you should remember. If you haven't watched, go watch the meaning of life. There is a sketch in there where all the Monty Python team are dressed as surgeons in a theatre, and they're operating on a body. And I think it's John Cleese who says, as the chief,
Oh, I've lost your
"Oh,
sound.
you
Did
what?"
that? I lost your sound then. I don't quite know how. We got as far as John Cleese, and he's a
John
surgeon.
Cleese said, "Bring me the machine that goes bing." And so someone shouts, "Bring the surgeon, the machine that goes bing." What's happening? We're waiting for the machine that goes bing. Well, my father was a doctor, rarely laughed at anything I said to him. And I showed him this sketch once and he laughed. So we've called this linked bing. It's called linked ping, but I refer to it as linked bing because we're going to ping those people's contacts into your CRM. You can communicate with them and you make business. So we're having some fun with it, but it is magic, and we've made it available easily and cheaply. So there you go.
That's so cool. So I've got one more question on this, and you said it's going out to your network and your associates and all that. If my network and associates want it for 75 quid for the until you like launch properly,
But
can they just
well,
say my name and then
no,
or
the easiest thing is if you're going to push this out straight away. I've just had someone else message me exactly the same, a client of mine, literally just before I called. I said, "Look, I haven't built the system yet to be able to take monthly payment. So I'm just going to say I'm going to leave it for a couple of weeks. I might even leave it for this month of August. So if you can get it out quickly and they can go get it now." We're talking, you mentioned emails, but I'm just sending out a series of 6 emails from Monday. We're now on Thursday, so that's number 4. I'll have 5 tomorrow, 6 on Monday, and I'm making sales. Then I was going to make it payable monthly, but I'll leave it as it is for another 2 weeks. How's that?
that sounds cool. So listen to that, guys. I will get this video out either this evening or tomorrow morning because I'm really, really good at getting things done. And so if you want the ping button, if you don't understand what this means for you, do we need to explain that a bit more? You can
I'm going to
show
send
me.
you a little video showing it you. It's there. You've
Oh,
seen it.
that's
It's,
even
sim-
better.
it's
Okay,
simple
there's the
and
video link just below. Okay,
but
guys,
actually,
go.
all I'm going to show you is what I've just shown you on this video. So you've got all the information you need because that's all that's been sent out in our emails and people have been
Okay.
buying them for the last 4 days. So
But what I wanted people to understand is actually what this means for them in saving time. That's what's most important because
save a
like if
lot of
you're
time,
gathering leads
and
by
not
putting
just save time, because I've got people going, "Yes, I've been meaning to bring people from my LinkedIn connections into my CRM and I just don't do it." So now you
yes,
can do it. Not only it'll save you time if you're already doing it, and if you're not doing it, you can now do it. And it's what you should be doing is building your database. We're on LinkedIn every day, building our connections. It's not about bringing them in mass. This is about bringing the people that are warm, that you've had a conversation with, that you want in your CRM system to keep nurturing that communication.
exactly that. So you said it takes how long to set up?
Minutes, minutes.
And you're not a techie because you're a salesperson, aren't you? You're an upfront salesperson. So did you hear that, guys? That's Andy. Okay. He's not a techie person. He had a techie person create this who's like really like he's a creative techie person. And Andy set this up for himself and it took him minutes. And there's going to be a video below that explains what it is. And if you want to know more about what Andy does, because he's absolutely amazing on LinkedIn, I don't recommend anybody unless I know they know what they're doing. So just get in contact with them. If you want more leads and you want to have a system that actually works right now on LinkedIn. Okay, that's it. I'm going now because I'm going to go find the life of Brian. Oh no, what was that? Flying
Meaning
circus.
of
No,
life. Go get the meaning of life. Great
just
seeing
do.
you, Tina. Hasta
Cheerio.
luego. Adios.
Bye.